Hello, people. I'm just setting this up now. Trying to. It's being a pain in the butt. Okay, it's live. And I'm going to share this out on Facebook. And we will be good to go. Okay, guys. I have opened this up for my chat window and communications. And all things related to aliens and contacts and everything else. And I do appreciate you coming in and watching. This is very raw. This is me without no fakeness in this world. And this will be my first time to ever go live in my entire life. So the story is going to begin, and there has to be some context to this story up until the day that it occurred. And it's important for me to say this because I went through a very traumatic divorce, which began the journey of my spiritual awakening, of discovering who I truly was. I was seeing a licensed therapist, counselor, whatever you want to call it, during this entire process. The entire process. And she knew everything that happened to me. And no one caught the combination of details and events that led up until this day in which I stand and sit before you today to talk about these things. Upon my divorce finalization, I moved into a home that I was going to homestead. I was going to build me a home to live out my life there. I was legally blind and I could not move from that state, nor I could not afford to leave my job in which I worked. And needless to say, what happened forced me to do just that, leave that job and everything else in this context. So with this job and my home, I was getting it prepared for me to live. And you know what it's like moving to a new home, that it's traumatic, to say the least. And in a way, I felt as if I was stuck there for my entire life. Because remember, I couldn't get a driver's license. I couldn't see a movie in the theater. Stop signs, billboard signs, signs on the highway. All those things were a blur and double imaged. Seeing a star, seeing the moon, seeing leaves on the trees, seeing a bird fly, seeing a squirrel on the ground, seeing all those things were, I didn't know what they were. Now that I've laid some groundwork up until this moment, now the story begins. August the 26th in 2019, I come home from work on edge. I do not know why I felt like that. I come home, I let my dog out, we've eaten dinner, and we've just settled in for the night. I go to bed at 10 o'clock with the anticipation of knowing that I've got to be out of town in the morning very early for my job that I was kind of confined to. Upon me going to sleep at 10 o'clock-ish, about that, I'm awoken at 1 o'clock in the morning with the feeling of a presence in my home, a presence in my room, a presence with me. And as I woke up, I felt this. I wanted to turn over and see who it was. I wanted to face my enemy. I wanted to face the thing that, at that point, I thought it was a human. I thought it was somebody who had come into my home to bring me harm or my home. I couldn't move. I was held down in my bed. Could not move. Frozen. The next event that occurred was to prove to me that this actually happened. Because at that moment, I'm being held down and I'm looking out the window, can't move, nothing. I hear a large crash outside my home. And I thought that the house had been hit by a tree or a bus or a car wreck or something. I didn't know what it was. Of course, I couldn't move to get up to go look. It was at that moment that I remember nothing. I remember nothing. I'm awoken the next morning as if my whole world had changed. I woke up looking at my body thinking, what had been done to me? Was something, did they cut me? Did I bleed? Did I, whatever? I didn't know. But I wanted to know. I take my dog out that morning, out the front door, and I'm looking around the yard, thinking, did something make that noise? Because if it did, I have proof. And it did. Right outside my window, right outside my carport, a tree had fell. At the exact same moment that I'm being held down in my bed and can't do anything about it, knowing that there's something in my room with me. The puzzle to this whole thing was this, and I didn't really comprehend it until I heard a story from others that had similar experiences. Was that after the event occurred, whatever they did, I don't remember anything. I was panicking out of my skin. Chill bumps, hair on the back of my neck, fear, terror. This was it. This was my life gone. Whatever this is I'm in this body with. I go to the meeting that next morning. After I'm awakened, I'm scared out of my mind. I see the tree is fell. I have to leave town. I go to a staff meeting where they are inevitably changing my entire life at that job to the point that they were going to murder me and kill me. Did you hear that? I come home from the meeting and I pull up in my driveway. It was late that night. I could not walk in my house. If I didn't have my dog, I was going to I was going to the motel. I was going to stay out of my home. I stayed the night in my home. I let my dog out. I went in and let my dog out. Nothing was done, damaged in the home, as if nobody had been there but me. It was August time frame, the same year. This was about a month afterwards, after the event. I'm driving to work one morning and I'm looking out the window and it's about 6:30 to 7 o'clock. And there's a car in front of me about 6 car lengths ahead of me. And I can read the car tag on the car. Yes, I can read the car tag on the car. I sped up real quick to the back of the car to see if it was right, and it was. I rolled the window down, I looked up and I saw birds for the first time. I saw leaves on the tree shaking. I could count the leaves at the top of a tree. What if that was you? What would you do? I wanted to know what the fuck happened to me. I wanted to know. This entire time I'm seeing my therapist. We're talking weekly. She is fully aware of the events that took place, with the exception of me losing my memory. I wanted to share the beginning of my abduction with you because the next chapters in my life are damn near unbelievable to what it is right this moment, what I've told you so far. I've never done drugs. I've done nothing. I was on no prescription drugs, didn't drink. I wasn't drinking anything. All I was doing was I was working on my job, taking care of my dog, and living my life. My life changed. It changed beyond belief, and I just didn't know how much until I found out that I had direct contact with non-human intelligence, aliens, whatever you want to call them. Do I know which one it is? No, but I suspect it had to be the Evens, the Greys. I have not had memory regression of any kind. It's expensive. I don't have the money to do that now. But what good would it do? What would it change in my life today, knowing what I know now? I will be continuing this with you. It's helping me to get this off of me, to get it done. But I'm going to continue with future events that occurred that dramatically changed my life with my job. It's just as important as the night that it just happened, and my eyesight and other things. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. Please stay tuned, and please subscribe to my channel to at least let me know that people are seeing this and can share it, and will tell people about this events of alien abduction and contacts and just how subdued they can be. And folks, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I thank you, and be safe, my friends.